I feel like I might have known, but I don't remember.
It's a funny story, actually.
Tell us.
When we started the band, it was actually called Back to Funk.
Okay.
And it wasn't really like anything important. We were just like, it's this one from this band, this one from that band, and we're just gonna like get together and play some funk songs, cover songs in a bar. Like, and that was, we were just, it was like the year after I graduated college. Like, and so like, it was like, and we, so it was a funk cover band called Back to Funk. And we had that name for probably like 6 months, like, and I mean, none of us liked it. None of us thought the name was good. And so Jen was kind of the catalyst in the beginning. Like, she was like the one who was like, she called me to do it. She called Cal to do it. She called Ben to do it. It was a different lineup in the very beginning. And like, it was different horns and different, keys and all that. And like, and so we, and so what happened was Jen came down one night and says, I remember where we were. We were in South Norwalk, like at this club called the Savoy Supper Club, I think it was. Yeah. And it was just a bar, and she's telling us about this dream. She's like, I had this dream that I came up to her and said, we need to call the band Deep Banana Blackout, really? And we all laughed about it, and we kind of goofed. And then that night we got on stage, and I think because all of us were just about had it with the Back to Funk name, we're like, ladies and gentlemen, we are Deep Banana Blackout, and this is Deep Banana Blackout. We'll see you next week as Deep Banana. Like, we just kept saying it over and over on the microphone to where we were just like, after the gig was over, we were like, let's just call it Deep Banana Blackout. Like this, we got to get rid of this Back to Funk name. It's terrible. Like, and that, because that name came from Cal. The Cal's the drummer. Like, and he was like, he used to always just say stupid stuff. Like, and he was like, well, I guess it's back to funk for me. Like that. That's how it started with him going like that. Because he was like playing rock. He was in different kinds of bands, and he was playing funk music for a while, and then he went in some other direction. And he's like, well, I guess it's back to funk to me for me. And that's how it kind of stuck. But we were all like, back to funk.
Oh,
so anyway, so way better. Deep Banana Blackout was way better. So it was a kind of a joke at first, but it kind of stuck. Yeah.
Because
none of us, all of us were like, this is so much better than Back to Funk. And so we like,
who knew a dream could define it?
And actually, and when we were trying to transition away from because the band was also made up of this other band that I wasn't a part of. It was called Tongue and Groove. Okay. And that predates all of these bands. And that's how like Jen, a lot of us, not me, met through this other band called Tongue and Groove. Yeah. And I was friends with everybody. Like me and Eric Cal, the drummer, went to high school together. So like we knew each other from way back in Long Island. And so like, and so when Tongue and Groove formed, like Cal went to go play with Tongue and Groove, and then Jen was a part of it for a little while. And then Ben, the bassist, was a part of it. And even the horn players kind of, so anyway, that whole band came and went and it fell apart. And that's when Jen was like, let me pick up the pieces of like all the bands that fell apart. And at that time, her and I were doing a couple of things together. Yeah. I was inviting her to come up. I have a cousin that was like doing a blues band. And I was like, oh, let's get Jen to come down and sing with the blues band. Mm-hmm. And so we were working together outside of that. And then and so when we started to do this, when we started to change the name, it was all of the names at once. Our thing used to say, Deep Banana Blackout, Tongue and Groovers are back to funk. No. Like that was like, that's what that was like a month of, that was like, cause we were trying to like get everybody to know who we were. Like, we're kind of like part of Tongue and Groove. It's kind of this the back to funk thing, but really it's Deep Banana Blackout. And that lasted a couple of months. And then we were like, okay, I think we could just call it Deep Banana Blackout. And of course, and once we put the CD out, like that was the real icing on the cake. But once we put our first CD out, it was like, okay, we're officially Deep Banana Blackout, this funk band, So,
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.